Good morning and welcome back to online class. We'll continue the chapter 3 spreadsheets, ranges and functions. In the previous class we have discussed about the sum function, its syntax, then example and how to use it. Today we'll discuss average function, its syntax, how we are getting the result and few example of average function. Now let's start with the average function. This function returns the average of the arguments. That means arithmetic mean. That means the sum of the total of all the numbers provided divided by total numbers. We'll see with the example. The syntax of this function is as follows. Average, then in the bracket or as argument we'll use a number 1, number 2, etc. Where number 1, number 2 are 1 to 30 arguments for which you want the average value. Now we'll see few example of average function. Now let's take the example. If a range A1 to A5 is named as a scores and it contains the numbers 10, 7, 9, 27 and 2. Now suppose if we are using this equals to average A1 colon A5, that means we are using all the numbers from A1 to A5, then we'll get the result as 11. That means the average of 10, 7, 9, 27 and 2. That means 10 plus 7 plus 9 plus 27 plus 2, that is equals to 55. Now as here total 5 numbers are there, so we have to divide 55 by 5. So like that we are getting result 11. Now suppose if we are using average scores, then also our result is 11 because our range is from A1 to 5 and the name of the range is scores. So either we are using A1 colon F5, then also it's the same, or we are using scores, which is the name of our range. So then also we'll get the result 11. Now suppose if we are using equals to average A1 colon F5 comma 5. So here first the average of 5 numbers will be calculated, that is A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5, where the numbers are 10, 7, 9, 27 and 2, and one more number is 5. So our average will be calculated like this: 10 plus 7 plus 9 plus 27 plus 2 plus 5, which is equals to 60, and divided by 6, as here total 6 numbers are there. So our result is 10. So this is the average of data in A1 to A5 and number 5. Now let's see few more examples. Equals to average A1 colon F5. This equals to sum A1 colon F5 divided by count A1 colon F5, which is equals to 11. The sum we have already discussed in the previous class, and count is used to count the total number of values which are there in the arguments. So that we'll discuss in the detail in further classes. So the result will be 11. Now suppose if we have C1 to C3 range, which is named as other scores, which contains numbers 4, 18 and 7. Then equals to average scores comma other scores, which is equals to 10.5. Now how this one is calculated? So our first range is A1 to A5, which is named as score. Our second range is from C1 to C3, which is named as other score. So here our numbers will be 10 plus 7 plus 9 plus 27 plus 2, then plus 4 plus 18 plus 7, which is equals to 84. Now here total 8 numbers are there, so we'll divide 84 by 8. Then our result will be 10.5. So this is how our average will be calculated. This is the homework questions. Answer of this question is already there in today's class. You can note it down in your notebook. Thank you and stay safe.